Thank you for clicking on this video. They gave me silence on the day I walked across the graduation stage alone. 8 months later, they gave me a dinner invitation. Success, it turns out, is a language my family finally understands. The text came at 3:47 p.m. on a Tuesday. Family dinner tonight. Important family matter to discuss. Don't be late, Dad. I knew the source of this sudden urgency. Yesterday, the Metro Real Estate Journal had published its Rising Stars feature. My face was on page 3, standing before the building I'd resurrected. The headline read, 28-year-old developer transforms historic Riverside building. Penthouse sells for record $2.8 million. My quiet company Meridian Property Group was now valued at $47 million. The vultures were circling, and they were all named Mitchell. I arrived at 7 p.m. sharp in my modest Honda Civic. I own a Tesla, but I've learned that with family, it's better to let their assumptions be their guide. The driveway was a showroom of their insecurities: Amanda's Range Rover, Kevin's lifted truck, Uncle Richard's Mercedes. The door swung open before I could knock. There she is. Dad's voice was a performance of warmth. We've been waiting. The dining room was a tribunal of their collective need. All eyes were on me. Sarah, Mom rushed over, her hug feeling like a negotiation. We've missed you. Do you? I asked, my voice neutral. The last time we spoke, you said I looked tired and stressed from playing at business. Her smile fractured. Let's not dwell, sit, we have so much to catch up on. I remained standing. Your text mentioned an important matter, let's discuss it. Dad's jovial mask slipped a millimeter. Your Uncle Richard and I have a project, a warehouse district development. We need an investor, we want to bring you in. I said, the sound soft and sharp, so I am capital. Don't twist my words, Dad snapped. We're offering you a chance to learn from real experience. Real experience? I opened my leather portfolio. Your company is worth $3.2 million and falling. You've lost money for 3 years running. I turned to Uncle Richard. And you're over-leveraged with 2 properties in foreclosure. It's why my company is worth $47 million and yours are failing. The room went dead. This is why we didn't come to your graduation, Amanda hissed. You've always been so arrogant. No, I corrected softly, the truth a clean, cold blade. I am actually smarter than you, there's a difference. Enough, Dad slammed his hand on the table. I am your father, you will show respect. Respect, the word hung in the air, toxic. Like the respect you showed when you told everyone I'd be crawling back. I heard you, Dad, standing right outside this very kitchen. The silence was a confession. I laid my documents on the table, financial statements, property deeds. I called you once for advice, just advice. You told me development wasn't for girls. Mom, you were too busy with Amanda's baby shower to see my first property. Kevin, you laughed in my face when I offered you a job. I looked at each of them, the architects of my loneliness. So no, I will not be your $800,000 bailout. I turned to leave, the little girl inside me screaming for an ending that would never come. Wait, Mom's voice cracked. We're sorry we made terrible mistakes. For a heartbeat, I wanted to believe her, but then Dad spoke. Your mother's right, we handled things poorly, but this attitude isn't helping if you just listen. There it was, the apology forever conditional. Goodbye, I said. As I reached for the door, it opened. A man in a suit stood there. I'm looking for Sarah Mitchell. I'm David Torres. I have the documents for the Riverside Commercial Plaza acquisition. The $34 million purchase is approved. The universe, it seemed, had a flawless sense of timing. I took the folder. Thank you, David. As he left, I turned for the final time. Dad was ashen. Uncle Richard looked ill. The Riverside Plaza, that's the anchor for our project, he whispered. Without it, I've been negotiating for that plaza for 4 months, I said calmly. It's not my fault you were too slow. You bought it out from under us. Dad's voice trembled with a fury born of powerlessness. This is revenge. No, I said, stepping into the freedom of my own truth. This is business. You taught me never to mix it with family. I was just an excellent student. I walked to my car as the shouting began behind me. The sound of a dynasty I hadn't built crumbling under the weight of its own neglect. My phone buzzed. Kevin, that was messed up. Amanda, money has made you cruel. Then a final one from Mom. I'm sorry we weren't there for your graduation. You deserve better. I stared at the words, the apology I had craved for a lifetime, now arriving 8 months and $47 million too late. It was a flower placed on a grave. I typed back, my heart finally completely still. Thank you, but sorry isn't a currency I accept anymore. If you want a place in my life, you'll have to earn it, the same way I earned everything I have. I drove away from my childhood home not with anger but with a profound and peaceful closure. They had given my sister easy praise and my brother a safety net. They gave me silence, and from that silence I built an empire, and now they would have to live in its shadow. Please like and subscribe the video.